The ratings decline continues, but there is some good news for those collecting woke welfare from the Cemetery News Network, the network that recently lost one of the many commonalities they share with the WNBA dump. Once Caitlin Clark put on her hard hat and steel-toed boots, CNN, they lost the prized commonality with the WNBA of a complete lack of star power. One of the reasons that CNN continues to struggle in the ratings, no one knows who these people are. I mean, seriously. How many people are rushing home from work to watch Abby Phillip in prime time? I almost feel bad for Abby. Her parents, I guess they missed a premium payment on their health insurance because the insurance company, they refused to put the S in her last name on her birth certificate. Who is rushing home from work to see Wolf Blitzer? Woof, woof, woof. Who is rushing home to see Wolf form another wrinkle? This damn network doesn't have a star on the payroll, but there is some good news for CNN. Uncle Casey always tries to find the positive in any bad situation. The CNN Titanic, it might be sinking, but at least Caitlin Collins, Katie Roo! At least she looks beautiful while the ship is going down. The good news for CNN. Although ratings are dropping faster than pants at the Butt Bongo Festival, the level of humiliation at CNN, it continues to be at an all-time high. Earlier this week, we talked about CNN producing the worst segment in the history of cable news. Over the weekend, Dana White, he called out and embarrassed CNN on their own network. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Friday night, Dana White, he appeared in primetime on CNN with the unknown Laura Coates. Now, I understand why CNN would book Dana White to appear on their network. This was the first time they have featured an actual star since the debate between Johnny B. Biden and Orange Man Bad. What I don't understand is why Dana White would waste his time appearing on CNN. This dude is used to sold-out arenas. He is used to speaking at press conferences where it's standing room only. Dana White, he is used to speaking in front of an actual audience. So it's incredibly confusing as to why he would agree to appear on a show that averages less than 400,000 viewers. There are more people paying $100 to watch the UFC on pay-per-view or ESPN Plus than the number of people who could watch CNN for free. Either way, Dana White, he appeared with Leslie Coates. But my name is Laura. It doesn't matter what your name is. The only feminine name people recognized Friday night, it belonged to a man that the media would describe as toxically masculine. Dana White appeared with Leslie the coat handler to discuss the harmful rhetoric surrounding cackling Cam Harris. The mainstream media, they are very upset with how Cam is being described and portrayed by normal people. Normal people are claiming that Cam Harris was a DEI hire. Wait a minute. Where did normal people get that term? I know for damn sure they didn't invent it because normal people, they don't base hiring decisions on the standards of diversity, equity, and inclusion. One of my friends owns a cleaning company. When he is hiring cleaners, do you think he asks their country of origin, their religion? You think he asks their race and gender? No, 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 and no. There's only two questions on the application. Do you know how to use a mop, and do you use a broom for the purposes of sweeping dirt, or is the broom your preferred method of transportation? Obviously, Joy Reid would be disqualified from this position since the broom is how she commutes. But where did normal people get the perception that Cam Harris was hired based on race and gender? Oh, I don't know. I wonder if it came from Johnny B. Biden and his pretend friends in the mainstream media who bragged about Cam Harris being hired based on diversity, equity, and inclusion. According to deacons at Woke United Methodist, you are no longer allowed to refer to Cam Harris as a beneficiary of DEI. Speaking that truth, it puts you in clear violation of the first woke commandment. Thou shalt not commit mythical racism. Friday night, Leslie Coates. She asked Dana White about this harmful rhetoric directed towards Cam Harris. Now, with Dana White stating publicly that he gives opportunities to women and minorities, maybe Leslie thought that he would be on her side. Maybe Leslie thought Dana White would contribute to the media turning Cam Harris into the ultimate victim. I guess her producers failed to prep her, because Dana White, he only speaks one thing: the truth. And towards the end of the segment, he spoke the truth about CNN. Watch for yourself.
It's not necessarily about the policy. It's the approach to attacking one. There was that quote from J.D. Vance, who is his running mate, talking about childless cat ladies. I mean, these are not things that are in line with enveloping perhaps women into the fold, which is something you have always stood for, you say, in your sport. Why shouldn't that be the same in politics?
Yeah, well, listen, politics are the most disgusting, nasty. It's atrocious what is said in politics. And the things that are being said on one side are being said on the other side too. It goes both ways. This isn't like, oh my God, look what's being said about Kamala. It goes both ways.
I don't know that it's going both ways to have the childless cat lady comment or a DEI hire. Who's calling you think that Vice President Kamala Harris is calling J.D. Vance a DEI hire, Dana? Come on.
All of this stuff is a bunch of nasty BS. All of it. Especially the media. Through all the BS that the media on both sides. You guys are really bad. Fox is bad. Everybody's bad. Cut through the BS and vote for who you think is the most fit to run the country.
That's your comeback? That is your comeback? You think Cam Harris is calling J.D. Vance a DEI hire? No. Last I checked, J.D. Vance wasn't qualified to be hired using DEI standards. Matter of fact, J.D. Vance would automatically be disqualified using DEI standards because he doesn't represent the media's definition of diversity. Do you see why I refer to CNN all the time as a polished turd? The production values are high, they make it look real appealing, but as soon as one of the unknowns start talking, you quickly come to the realization that CNN is absolute garbage, which is exactly what Dana White meant when he said that the media is bad. The strategy is abundantly clear at this point. We are barely a week into the Cam Harris campaign, and the media strategy, it could not be any clearer. They are not going to follow the advice of Dana White. They are not going to make this election about the issues. Instead, they're doing everything they can to turn Cam Harris into the ultimate victim. This is why I keep saying, if I'm Donald Trump, right now at least, I'm doing nothing. I'm not attacking Cam Harris, because as soon as I do, they're going to charge me with mythical racism. They're going to charge me with mythical misogyny. Right now, one of the false narratives being spread by the media is Donald Trump is afraid to debate Cam Harris. Afraid of Cam Harris? Cam Harris. Really? You mean to tell me Donald Trump is afraid to engage in a battle of intelligence with Cam Harris? That's like saying the Lizzo is afraid of the buffet. Why in the hell would Trump be afraid to debate someone who has proven on multiple occasions that she's inadequate without a teleprompter, a script? I will give her credit, when compared to John Biden at least, Cam Harris, excellent reading the teleprompter. But so is anyone else who has the ability to read. When you take the script away from Cam Harris, shit like this happens.
Because we know community banks are in the community and understand the needs and desires of that community, as well as the talent and capacity of community.
I think that, to be very honest with you, I do believe that we should have rightly believed, but we certainly believe that certain issues are just settled.
On this issue, for example, we applaud Germany in terms of what it has done as it relates to Nord Stream 2, as it relates to what we need to do domestically as well as what we need to do in terms of this issue generally. We have, as the president said, reevaluated what we're doing in terms of the strategic oil reserve here in the United States to make sure that it will not have an impact, or we can mitigate the impact on the American consumer.
That's who Donald Trump's afraid to debate? You know why the media is trying to turn Cam Harris into the ultimate victim? You know why they are accusing anyone of mythical racism for calling her a DEI hire? It's their only option. They can't promote her record. It's absolutely atrocious. You got to remember, this is the same Cam Harris that was hidden for the last 3 years. They were afraid to put her in front of a microphone. This is the same Cam Harris whose qualifications were questioned by the media when she was pretend vice president. It wasn't that long ago the media was questioning if Johnny B. Biden should actually replace Cam Harris as his running mate. Now, all of a sudden, the media, they're treating Cam Harris like she is the second coming of competence. They're doing everything they can to conceal the record of cackling Cam because they know if her record is exposed, she doesn't have a chance. Cam Harris is the worst and most radical politician in Washington. She's further left than Bernard Sanders. She's more radical than Alex Cortez, who prefers to be called AOC. She's more radical than that duo of congresswomen who want to turn America into the Middle East. When John Biden was elected, he put Cam Harris in charge of the southern border. Now, this was a surprising move to some since Cam Harris has never been in charge of anything. He even gave her an important title, Border Czar. My inside sources tell me he gave Cam that title hoping she would stop emulating Stacey Abrams by running around the country pretending to be vice president. Now, what was her biggest accomplishment as border czar? Instead of finishing the wall, she put hurdles across the southern border. That way, people coming into the country, they could get their daily exercise by jumping over the hurdles. She supports Medicare for all. She supported the Green New Deal. She was instrumental in developing the People's Republic of California. She supported Prop 47, which basically decriminalized crime in the People's Republic. Now, I'm no economist, but I would imagine it's kind of hard to create jobs when corporations are fleeing your state. During the debate in 2019, Cam Harris, she supported the decriminalization of illegal immigration. Under my plan, migrant crime will cease to exist because crime will be legal. She supports free health care for undocumented birthing persons. Do I need to keep going? Are you starting to understand why they had to conceal her record? I don't care who you are, Republican, Democrat, Independent, doesn't matter. Normal people on all sides don't support that bullshit. My original stance on this hasn't changed. There is a reason Cam Harris was selected to be the replacement loser for Johnny B. Biden. I think Democrats know they don't have a chance. Earlier this week, the New York Times, they selected 10 Democrats and ranked them against Donald Trump. They ranked Cam Harris dead last. Now, this is just my opinion, but I think they selected Cam Harris to lose. Think about it. Just think about it. They couldn't replace her because they would be accused of mythical racism. They couldn't select someone who has potential to win in 2028. 4 months is not enough time to run a campaign. What better way to end the presidential career of Cam Harris and replace her at the same time than putting her in an election that more than likely she can't win? Anyway, give me your thoughts on this. Dana White torches CNN on their own network. The media, they are trying to turn Cam Harris into the ultimate victim. Do you think it's going to work? Cam does have a lot of momentum right now, but I don't think it's sustainable. Do you think she has a chance against the Trumper? Or do you think Cam Harris was selected knowing they were going to lose? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share the video. Appreciate your support. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, and I'll see you guys later.